So wow, I have to say I'm super excited seeing all the amazing companies here trying to solve the customer service problem by leveraging Chatbot and AI. But today I'm coming to tell a different story. I want to share with you the story of how our platform Pico is helping brands using chatbots to solve marketing strategies problems. Together with my partner here, Gardner from the St. Louis Blues, we're going to share a success story of a leading sport American brand of how they're leveraging chatbots to generate revenue from fans and sponsors. But I think first we need to define what the problem is. And I think it ain't going to be news to anyone here in this stage that the way it works, that the way fans communicate has changed. And today, your audience, the brand's audience, they want to be part of the story. Yeah. And they want their voice to be heard. From a brand perspective, the brands live today in a digital age. And this actually means that they're seeing that website, mobile apps, text messages, and email messages doesn't really work anymore. And it also creates a challenge of how do you create a personalized and intimate experience with your audience? Or in other words, how do you make them feel as if they are your friends? Pico is the personalized fan communication platform, and we help brands shift from one-to-many to one-to-one conversation strategy. We fit directly into the organization digital strategy by enabling them to have real engagement through social networks. And if it's an event type of brand, like a sport team or a music brand, we will also help them to have better engagement during production and to create a new sponsorship offering for their corporate partners. I'm not going to dive really deep into this because Matt is going to show you exactly how they're leveraging our technology in their team. But I do want to share with you that we are fortunate enough to work with tier 1 type of brands from Israel, United States, and Europe. And just to get directly into the bottom line, whenever our customers are using our platform, they receive almost 2x return on their investment, which in simpler terms mean that for every $1 they invest in us, they get $2 back. And whenever they're using our conversations to create a call to action to their fans, it received more than 30% click-through rates, which are 6 times higher than the industry standards. Now, I know it's been a long day for everybody and a very interesting one, but I want to change the atmosphere a bit. And in the next 90 seconds, I'm going to show you a video of how a St. Louis Blues night actually looks when they're leveraging our technology. Enjoy.
How do you revolutionize the fan experience? Get personal, a million at a time.
Working with Pico, the integration has been seamless. They've made it so simple and so easy for me to get content from users in the seats out to the video board, and I'm just so excited to really show off what Pico can do.
The Pico platform powers the one-on-one relationships between sports teams and their fans by effortlessly engaging and communicating before, during, and after events through existing social media channels without downloading an app.
It invites everybody to play. So everybody has a skin in the game, everybody has the chance to play along, everybody has a chance to win.
Heighten the fan experience, increase sponsorship interaction, and drive revenue for you and your sponsors.
In the past, we've had a lot of one-on-one participation. Now we're able to take that experience to 19,000 people that are in the building and allow them to not only participate, but then also to deliver sponsor-related activities and offers back to them at the end of that participation.
Turn your fans into fanatics. It's easy when you have the right tools.
They're basically a three-headed monster. They have a social media communication channel that could translate into an in-game presentation that also has sponsorship and revenue generation opportunities tagged along with it. It also has multiple applications that even go beyond just the realm of sports.
Pico, get personal, a million at a time.
Guys, please give a very warm Israeli welcome to Matt Gardner, Senior Director of the St. Louis Blues, coming here from St. Louis, Missouri to tell the story.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How cool is that video? We've come up with a great solution with Pico to be able to deliver an experience, a new experience, to 19,000 fans on a nightly basis. there's a lot of power in giving fans a little additional voice when they come to your event. I was at a sports conference a few years ago, and I heard somebody say that the mobile phone has become the remote control for the live event. And a lot of the concepts that we've come up with have tied very closely into that concept. One of the big things that we try to do is we try to make sure that our fans are always getting a great experience anytime they're coming to our games, and that extends beyond just what's happening on the ice. Let's see. Is it working? All right. I'll keep going. How many ice hockey fans do we have in the building tonight? A couple? Okay. I'm realizing this week we gotta do a little bit more work in this region with ice hockey. How about NBA fans? Okay, a few more. So, give you a little context. The St. Louis Blues play in the National Hockey League. We're one of 31 teams, and that ice hockey in North America is the equivalent to what basketball would be with the NBA. We've been around for 51 years, been a very successful franchise. We've been a playoff team for 42 of our first 50 seasons. We do a lot in our community, and we're one of 2 professional teams in St. Louis. So a big thing that we try to do each and every game, and really with everything we do, even be off the ice, community initiatives and things, is making sure we're finding ways to deliver lifelong memories for our fans. And like I mentioned, one of the big things is that when fans come to our games, it's an experience. It's more than just what happens on the ice. We have to take a lot of things into factor, and we have to understand that when people are coming to our events, they're not cheap. We know that they got to buy their ticket. They have to pay for parking. They're going to probably buy some food and drinks when they're in our building, and they might buy some retail. And for a family or for a group, those things add up quickly. So people are investing their money in more than just what's happening on the ice or on the field, pitch, etc. And that's something we need to keep in mind anytime we're trying to develop something that's going to be very impactful for them. The other thing we need to keep in mind is that all fans are unique. We have fans that are season ticket holders that come to every game. And then we have other fans because of circumstances that can only come to one game a year or maybe 2 years. We need to keep that in mind. We also know that we've had fans that have been with us for 50 years and others that are joining us for the very first time every time that we open the doors. Those experiences, based on how often you come, how long you've been with us, are all unique in very different ways. And that's something we always kind of put into the thought process as we're developing our concepts and ideas and what we're going to do. So our home, Scottrade Center, it's been open since 1994. We get a little over 2 million guests that come into our building each year for our ice hockey events, concerts, family shows, and stuff. And this year we went through a pretty significant renovation over the summer, first of 3 summers that we're going to be renovating the building. Part of that is we started with our video board. Now, if you look at this photo, that photo was taken from the exact same spot, no zoom, about 4 months apart. And so you can see the difference that a video board makes as part of our entertainment package. And why I'm telling you this is that it becomes part of the conversation when we decided we wanted to do a messenger bot, how we would leverage this new technology and changes that we're making in the building to make sure that we are introducing something to our fans at the right time. So before we got too far into the process, we wanted to make sure we were coming up with the right set of goals and the way that we wanted to approach this so that we would be successful. The first part is we wanted to improve the fan experience. If fans weren't going to use it, it probably wasn't going to have very much value to us. Another customer service platform. We weren't really going to change anything that we were doing right now. We still have our guest services team that are active and out across the arena, but we wanted to give fans another voice. We saw that fans just would send us messages on Facebook Messenger, with problems and things that are happening in the building. And so getting more fans into that communication funnel just gave them another outlet to be able to contact us. Utilizing Messenger as another way of communicating with our fans. We all understand the struggles with the algorithms on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and whether that message is actually reaching our fan base. So this just opened up another channel. Data collection, obviously huge for us in our business, trying to make sure we're targeting and segmenting to get the right fans with the right messaging at the right time. And obviously a new revenue stream, which is part of what I'm going to talk about this next section. So where we started to start with this was with our corporate partners. And our partners in the past have executed on things that are very visible, things that you're going to see on TV, or things that anyone in the building is going to see. Like you see here in the behind the player, the dasher boards, where you've got some pretty significant sponsors there. The video board, a huge asset for us to use, and the LED ribbons. But the problem with those assets is that they don't have very strong call to actions. How often do you go to an event and you see something and you immediately pull out your phone and go to a URL? Or remember to do that when you get home? It's probably very unlikely. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to come up with a concept that took some of those things that are happening in our building and developed a new digital asset to go with them. One way that we did this is we decided to go with a partner that had been with us for a long time. Famous Footwear is a retailer in St. Louis that specializes in shoes for the whole family. Mom, dad, son, daughter, athletic shoe, casual shoe, dress shoe. Whatever your shoe needs are, Famous Footwear is your outlet as a national chain. So when you come into our event and you get your ticket scanned over the last few years, the next thing that happens is somebody hands you this card here. And this has been very successful. They've had very great engagement, and we've built our deal with Famous Footwear around these cards. But one of the drawbacks of the cards, you might lose it on the way to your seat as you're handling a beer and popcorn. Or you get home and you pull it out of your pocket and it just goes somewhere on your dresser or at the bottom of your purse. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to take this concept and do it in a way that it would be available to everybody whenever they needed it. Because it would be on their smartphone. How we decided to execute this was a popular promotion that we started on Twitter called the First Goal Vote. We would ask fans to tweet to us who they thought, which player they thought would score the first goal in the game, and we would get several hundred tweets back, and we would offer up a prize, a autographed puck, to a random player who picked that random fan who picked that player to score the goal. So the concept with the bot through Messenger was very simple. And this would be up on our video boards, and we also started on social media. The fan would send us the word vote, and that would open up the activation. And they would get a list of players that were in the lineup for that night's game. They would select the player that they thought was going to score the goal, and they would get a thank you message. So now the follow-up, and this is what it looked like on the video board, and where you see that this is a real-time voting results, and when you saw when you voted, if this was up on the screen, your Messenger avatar popped up on the screen, just to kind of, again, show you that real-time, that activation, getting more fans involved. So now, after a goal had been scored, hopefully, the next part of it had 4 different phases, basically, four different scenarios. The first scenario was you selected the right player, and you were randomly selected to get the puck. Second scenario, you selected the right player, but you weren't selected to win the puck. Third one, you didn't select the right player. And the fourth one, the one we didn't want ever to happen, is that we didn't score any goals that night. But regardless of the scenario, the follow-up was a kickback of the coupon that you could then have right there in your phone for whenever you're out and about and want to go shoe shopping or shop online. So we pulled this same type of concept to a few different areas. This is a trivia contest with another sponsor. It's called Know the Foe. Very simple. You send us the word foe. We send back the question to you. You answer the question. And then later on in the game, we have an intermission show that goes on. And our host reveals the answer. And then we kick the answer out to everybody. And the same sort of thing. They get a coupon at the end of the process. Another one, Raise the Volume. Very basic integration that you see in a lot of venues where you can vote for what song you want to play during a next break in the action. You've seen this as a text concept, as a Twitter concept where you tweet with a hashtag. This is a very basic one where we decided to pull in into Messenger and use a local sponsor, again, to kind of continue that nice activation with our corporate partners. This is a fun one. Decoji is short for decode the emoji. You would see a string of emojis, and based on that, you had to kind of select what your answer was. And the cool thing about this concept and what really got fans involved is while we activated this, we would put up a video on our video board of players trying to guess what these were. And unlike the fan who had a couple of choices to determine which one it was, the player had to just randomly guess. And it was hilarious because they randomly got it right. Photo hunt. This one, the fan is presented with 2 different photos. The second photo has been altered, and the fan has to figure out what has been changed in the second photo. So they click on the photo, the spot in the photo where the changes, they think the changes have been made. And then what happens next is on the video board, we're displaying those fans who were able to find all 6 of those differences. And we can also do this as a timed thing, another way to present. Is it back? There we go. All right. We've taken this beyond sponsorship alone. We decided to try out last month a ticket concept. We had a stretch of 4 games in 7 days, which is always a hard thing to sell in professional sports. We had the Thursday game was not doing as great as the other ones. What we decided to do was those fans that had participated with us in one of our promotions so far, we reached out to them and offered them a chance to enter to win a contest for a pair of club seats to that game, so something that had really high value. What we got out of that was a 73% conversion rate for those people that opted in. We selected one winner, and those fans that did not win the club seats, we reached back out to them with a very nice discounted offer for that game. And over the course of the final few days before that game, we sold several $1,000s worth of tickets. So that's another way that we really want to start leveraging the bot more to help drive revenue, especially with those games that aren't performing as well as we'd like. The great thing about where we're at is that we're only at the tip of the iceberg. The opportunities are endless of where we can go with this and how we can impact the fan experience and provide that remote control to our fans for when they come to our events. Where we want to go moving forward, we want to have fans, give the fans abilities to buy tickets through our messenger bot. They can go through the concept. They can let us know what day of the week they're looking for, what opponent they're looking for. Are they looking to sit low in the building or high in the building? What price point? And then be able to deliver the right seats and process the transaction right there in Messenger. Being able to order food from your seat. It's stressful when you have to go and try to get in a line and wait to order food. But you don't want to miss any action. So ordering the food directly through Messenger and then being able to go to a mobile queue just to pick it up and be able to get back to your seat quicker. And the same thing with retail. We put a jersey or a hat, t-shirt up on our video board, and we allow fans to order it right there from their seat, and they simply pick it up as they're leaving the venue. So there's a tremendous number of different things that we're working on that we want to get to, and we're very, very excited about. So that's it for us. I want to especially thank Pico as being a fantastic partner to work with and really drive the innovation using a chatbot. Obviously, the Chatbot Summit for inviting us to be here today, and thanks to all of you for letting me share our story. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Matthew.